Hi people, welcome to another episode of Randomly Marlie. Today, in honor of my birthday, which is this going to come out on Friday, so my birthday will be in 2 days. I'll be turning 25. Sweet 16 actually, scratch that. I'm 16. 21, okay, 21. Final answer, 21. I just decided to do like a little something. Why is this a vlog? Why is this just a video? I don't know, but something like life over the years. So just pictures and videos. Are there videos, pictures really, and things just defining moments or very interesting moments and memories from different things throughout my life, different milestones and, interesting stories and memories. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I hope you enjoy. Let's go. Here, I wanted to start from like the very beginning, like, pictures. People have pictures of like the first day they were born, a hospital picture, what those things, which I don't actually have. Or I don't know where they are. I don't know if anyone has them. I don't think my mom has, because my mom asks me for baby photos of me. So I don't know how to help her. So I don't know. I don't actually have any pictures of myself below the age of 1, I think. But this particular one is one of, I think it was like me taking my first steps. I had been standing for a while and you're just learning to walk, what those things, something like that. And then, so I just thought that's really cute and really cool. And I had so much meat. I was so fat as a baby. And then I think by the time I hit 2, it all disappeared, never to return, which is okay. What else do I have? Then I have pictures from, I'm not sure which one is older. This is a picture I found. So I have an album. At home full of pictures. It's my grandmother gifted it to me it says on my first birthday, but obviously at 1 there's not much I can do with it. But it has pictures from like my first birthday and then up until I was like 5, like just cute little pictures. So I found this in there, and someone was asking me why I have a picture when I'm at Kampala Casino, what I was doing at Kampala Casino at such a young age. My mom was the PR manager. I live in Kampala and there's so much noise around me, but regardless, we move. My mom was a PR manager of Kampala Casino for a really long time, I think over 10 years. And so they used to do the days of the goat races when it used to happen a lot. So Kampala Casino was, I don't know if they were like a sponsor or one of like the big people within the goat races. So they would always go. There was always a tent. Of course, she was always, she had like work-related things to do. But it was like a good hangout place also for kids. There's so much space for you to run around and do whatever. So I'd always go for the goat races. She'd go with some of her friends, or her friends who had kids, and I'd go. We'd all play together, live life, and just be happy. So if you're wondering what I was doing next to Kampala Casino, I wasn't gambling. Just we had gone to have fun and run around the gardens of Munyonyo. Then I feel like so many things happened in my childhood, but I don't even have not memories. I remember, but I don't have pictures of like every single milestone and every single thing that happened, because my parents, I don't know, they took pictures when they wanted, when they didn't want, they didn't take, and I'm still trying to dig up the pictures. So I don't have every single thing all through, but I have like little tidbits and stuff. I have a picture here with my sister, which I found interesting. I like it. It's a cute little picture. She's so cute and I'm so cute. But my mom told me a story. When my sister came, I was not happy. First of all, my sister is 4 years younger than me, so I had enjoyed 4 years of bliss as an only child, getting what I want, being that pride and joy of my mother's life, like the apple of her eye, like just whatever I want I get. And now all of a sudden there's this thing that's coming to take all my attention. I wasn't having it. I wasn't happy. I wasn't here for it. It just wasn't working for me. So my mom told me, when she was pregnant, of course you explain to your child that, having another baby, we're this, that, and the other. And either my mom or my grandmother told me, because my grandmother had a school, Kampala Happy Tots, so that's where I went to school. And one day my mom came to pick me up. I think my grandmother actually told me this story. I said one day my mom came to pick me up and she noticed that she was pregnant. And she's like, oh, you're having another baby and whatever. And my mom was like, yes, I'm having another baby. Or at this time my sister has a different dad, so she wouldn't know because it wasn't her son. But yes, so my grandmother was like, oh, you're having another baby, blah blah. And my mom was like, yes, I am. And my grandmother was like, wow, Marlie has not mentioned it at all, because usually those are things that children are excited about. They come to school and they're like, my mom is having another baby. And yeah, my mom was like, yeah, no, she's not really having it. But look how we turned out. We're happy and we love each other, so life is good. Eventually I got used to it. I mean, by the time the third one came, responsibility kicked in, and that being spoiled went out the window. Like, just life goes on. It's okay. We keep it moving. I have pictures so now we're going to skip from childhood straight into, there's so many interesting milestones that happened in my childhood, but I don't have pictures of them, so I feel like I shouldn't talk about them. I'll get another day and talk about them. But yes, so now I have this photo from 2016, I think. Which is earlier, 2016, 2015. It doesn't really matter. It's a photo from a long time ago. This was, I think, one of the first professional shoots that I did. It was I think it was an advert for a fashion show that some friends of mine were putting up. I'm trying to remember the name of the fashion show, the name of the company, or the name of something that my friends had put up, and it was a show they were running at Sheraton or whatever, and there was like a whole fashion show and whatever, so they wanted to do like an advert for it before. And yeah, so I was one of the people helping them organize, so I actually forced myself into the photo shoot. I was like, when I like pictures, I can manage. We do. So we did that, and I don't know where all those pictures went. At this time, I hadn't started backing up photos. Now I back up most of my photos, but by this time I hadn't, so I just got this from my Instagram. So basically, it was the very first time we did this somewhere in Bukasa. It's a really good spot, Bukasa by the quarry. I don't know if it costs to use that space, but it's a really good place if you're looking for like a nice outdoor shoot. Just that there are particular times, of course. It works good for photos. Videos may not be the best because there's people banging at stones and shouting and all of that behind you. So this life, guys, we shall overcome. Anyway, so yeah, that's what that is. Then I have a picture from 2015. Is it 2015? Yes, 2015. So 2015, June, I traveled on my own for the first time. I think I'll do like a whole other episode on that. I got lost. I missed my flight. So many things happened. But I traveled on my own for the first time. How old was I? 8. I don't know. Someone can do the math. Can't be bothered. And so I went to Canada, where my siblings live and my mom. And I spent the whole of summer there. I came back in September, so it was a good 4 months or 3.5. So this picture is from Toronto somewhere. So we live in a little town called London, Ontario, which is about 2 hours from Toronto. But Toronto is the bigger town and more vibrant with, more activities and more things to do. So we'd go there a lot of the weekends because summers in Toronto are super fun and dope. So we went there almost every weekend. And I don't know what the name of this place is. I don't know where I am. I just know that I'm in Toronto on some twisty bridge thingy. I don't know, whatever it is. So that's what it was. This is me and my siblings. So there's 4 of us from my mom. I'm the oldest. And they were so young here. These kids are all taller than me. It's so rude and so disrespectful. But it's okay. We keep it moving. My sister is not taller than me, but she's bigger than me. I think look like I'm the youngest at this point. But anyway, we keep it moving. Life goes on. And then I have a photo here from... I have a photo. Oh, guys, I have prom. My prom is for prom. What happened? I hate this outfit so much, guys. Blue leopard print. It's just really disgusting. I don't know why someone didn't talk me out of it. I don't know why I really thought like I was the hottest thing since sliced bread. My dad said that joke last week and I was just cracking up. But I look at it and I literally want to cry and I'm like, it's not working. But anyway, at the time I thought I was hot and I felt like I was fly. So it is what it is. Life goes on. Then the next one is I think my S6 prom, which was... Guys, I've had 4 proms by the way, but let's not get into that. But this was my year 13 in 20-something. It's the only picture that I could find. I don't know where the rest of the pictures are, but there's a video out there on YouTube somewhere of me at my prom. Man, there's so many things on the internet that could just really disorganize my life. But anyway, we keep it moving. what are we moving on to next? 2017. What happened in 2017? 2017, I started working on radio. So I was at uni, I studied journalism and media studies, and then we did an internship. So I got an internship with Spirit FM. They have like a really neat internship program. They take on so many people, like we were about 30, and they train you in everything. They'll train you on air, they'll train you in studio, they'll train you in sound, they'll train you in like a little bit of like the engineering of it. Like they trained us so much, like we got full hands-on training. And so what they do at the end of the training is the best two students from the whole entire internship program are retained to work, on the station wherever you are best fit, either on air or in the background or whatever. So I was one of the best students, like a girl and a guy. So I was the best girl. So I was retained and I got a job. So I did training for 2 or 3 months, and I was working. I had a co-host, shout out to you, Duke Brian, and he was a really good co-host, and he trained me and he showed me, so here, these guys really want you to have hands-on training, so you produce your own show. So the music, you cue it in for yourself, the ads, like everything. So this was the first day that I did it on my own. Guys, I don't know. I'll forever be grateful to those guys because I messed up. I think one of the times I forgot to cue into adverts. So I had signed out and then music was playing, but the mic was still on and I was talking to myself. God knows what I was saying. And it was just a really big mess. But we made it out alive, guys. I think you really go through a couple of mishaps before you make it out. So it took me, I think, before I actually stopped making mistakes at all, it took me about a month. Like for a month straight, there was at least one. What happened is the mistakes would get less and less, but they were mistakes. Like always something was happening and I was just like, guys, this is so messy. But eventually I learned, so I can actually produce my own radio show. So life is good. We're doing okay. I love it. Then we have 2018. This is a funny story about how I started emceeing. So I had emceed once before at a church event. They had asked me to do it, and I was like, oh, me? Why? Okay. And then I sort of did it as a way of like, I was like, I guess this is ministry. I can't say no to God's work. Let's do it. And so I did it in 2017 September for some event, and then left it alone. And in my mind, I was just like, wow, why did they ask me to do it? It's not something I'm interested in. Keep it moving. Then 2018 came around. So then 2018 came around and I was on the guild of Victoria University, and so we were in charge of organizing events. So we'd organize events, and so this one particular event was a pageant for the university, like Miss VU. And previously it had been happening within the school grounds, and it was like a small thing, and we decided, we're like, you guys, let's make this thing a big deal. So we decided to actually get a venue, to just basically leave the school and make it like a big thing, involve media, involve like everything. But our budget was still a bit constrained because there's a budget you're given as a guild body for the year for all your events and activities. So of course we were not able to hire, a professional MC like creme de la creme, the ones that charge $1 million or 800 or 2 million or whatever, because our budget was really, really constrained. So my friend suggested to me that I should MC, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. And it was literally a fight for like a good 2 weeks. They're like, Marlie, I think you should do it. You talk well, you're funny, you're this. And I'm like, don't even. And then when he said you're funny, I was like, you're making it worse, because in my mind I was like thinking that now I have to go up and practically think of jokes and be a comedian on stage. And I was just like, I can't do it. It's not going to work. But anyway, eventually they managed to convince me, and here we are. I actually do it as a career, so I'll really forever be grateful to all these people. Really, they've played a big role. It's good to try out new things. I think that's the thing that experience taught me, because otherwise I wouldn't have been here. So this was basically the very first time that I emceed at an event professionally for a fee. Of course, because I was paid, but it was just not, a huge amount of money, but it was, like a little something. which I had approved because we are the ones who approved the budget for ourselves anyway. So yes, but this was the very first time. This is the thing that actually made me enjoy it, because I prepared for it, because I was so afraid. I prepared, I planned, wrote down my jokes, everything, guys. I really prepared for it, and here we are now. So this was the very first time that I emceed professionally. This was 2018, April or May. I think it was April, and it was at Kabira Country Club. It was for a pageant. I think pageants for me so far have been my favorite thing to host, because you get to dress up, which is what I like to do, and then there's just so much activity and so much going on that it's just easy to talk about, and it's easy for the flow to happen. So it's really good. I like it. Then what year are we in? 2020. Guys, this year has gone by so quickly. I don't even know what's happening anymore. We are in 2020. Last year, 2019, in Feb, I got a chance to host a red carpet event for the very first time. It was for myself. There's a new television station that was starting called Rest TV, and my co-presenter from Bob FM, Duke Brian, was sort of knew the person that was starting the radio station, and they were looking for presenters, and so he called me. He's like, I don't know if you'd be interested. So I went, and I was sort of giving it a try. It came for me at a bad time when there was so much going on, and then I was still finishing school, and it was just becoming a bit complicated to have to juggle all of them. So eventually I let it go. But they had been given an opportunity to cover for High People Music Awards, which happened in Feb, and so they called me to go on and to host the red carpet or whatever, of course on behalf of the television. So I got to meet a few people, to interview them, this, that, the other. I got to dress up, of course, as well, and it was really good. It was a really fun experience. I haven't got an opportunity yet to host the red carpet again, but I know it shall come again one day. I just like anything that involves dressing up. Really, that's my thing. I like to dress up, guys. That's just the long and short of it. So that's what we have. 2019 was actually a really good year. So much happened. So that was 2019 in Feb. Then 2019 September, I graduated. It was the 9th? No, it was not the 9th. It was sometime before that. But I graduated in September in journalism, diploma in journalism and media studies. It was good. It was a really fun day. I even got to be on the front cover of a little newspaper magazine. It's a late grad. It was really good. I enjoyed it. So I graduated. Of course, that's a big milestone. I got to do it with some of my friends. So that was fun. That was really interesting. It was a good and exciting day. And then in September, still like a week later or 2 weeks later, which was such a bad idea, because I thought, I'm graduating, I'll be free, I'll have time. And so I scheduled to start public speaking classes, as in me teaching, I think the following week. And I was so stressed out because I was still trying to organize and put the classes together, then still trying to organize my papers for school papers, because the things they give you in your grad are not the actual things. It's just for photos, and then you have to go and actually finish some clearance things. There was a lot going on, so I was so overwhelmed within that whole month, but it was such a good month anyway. So I conducted my first public speaking classes. They went well. People got certificates at the end of the class. It was a really good and fun experience. I'll be doing it again soon. Rona really came and messed me up. I'm considering doing online classes at the moment, but I feel like the value won't be the same, so I don't know. Do you guys think I should do online classes? Should we wait for the world to open again? I don't know, but they definitely will continue. So that was all September 2019. Then in December, I left in November, actually. I got some good money and I traveled. In in November, I traveled. I left on the 18th of November. I went to Canada for a holiday, and I spent 2.5 months. I came back in Jan. And it was a holiday I never knew I needed. I got so much rest. I got so much, I was able to come up with I had so much time to myself. I came up with so many new business ideas, so many new project ideas. I got so much time to rest. I healed from so many things. Just a lot happened in December, and it was really fun. I experienced winter for the first time. My village bones went, and guys, winter is not, you see it on TV, in the movies, and it looks like so much fun. You make manya angels, manya snow fights, it's really not the same as what you see on TV. I liked dressing up for the cold. It's like, it's so fun, you wear layers and this, that, and the other. In terms of aesthetics, it looks really good and really cute. But in real life, you guys, do you know what it means for the temperature to get to minus 10 degrees? Minus 20 degrees. Oh my God, guys, the nigga suffering over there. I was really just struggling. You have to have mittens on all the time. I remember this one time I did it. I wasn't wearing gloves, and I was standing by the bus stop waiting for a bus, which took about 20 minutes to come, and I was like blowing into my hands and rubbing them the whole time because I couldn't feel my hands. And by the time I got home, I almost couldn't walk. Like, my toes were so cold and so rigid and so like, and my hands and it was just a long story, guys. But it's fun to look at. The pictures are nice. The sun rises at 9 a.m. and by 3 p.m. it has set. It's the most stressful, annoying thing ever. Like, if you're doing things that need sunshine, literally by 3 p.m. you have to have wound up, because anytime now the sun is going. It's ridiculous. I can't even. But yes, so I experienced winter for the first time. My mom's sister, who lives in Hawaii, came over as well that same holiday, so I was able to see some of my cousins. It was like a really good time. It was a fun time. I missed 2 flights and then came home like 2 weeks later after paying almost half the price of my ticket just for a replacement, a rebook. It was a long thing, but I made it back. So we are glad and we give glory to God. And that's basically what it is. 2019 June, maybe? It will be indicated maybe. I don't remember, but this was 2019. 2019 was actually a really good year for me. This is a very good episode. I'm realizing there's so many things that I'm grateful for from 2019 that I forgot and hadn't, taken the time to take stock and think about it and just be grateful and be glad. So 2019, we had served. I mentioned that I served in the guild body, and we served. So you serve for a year, 2 terms, but we actually ended up serving a year and a half. So we did 3 terms. It was the longest time of my life. It was the most hectic. It almost became like an unpaid job. Like, we really did the most, but it was a very fulfilling time. I learned so much. It was really good in the end, and I made some really good solid friendships. Some of the people that I worked with, it was fun stuff, and I was recognized for my service to the guild body for 3 years. 3 terms, 3 semesters, and it's rewarding to know that you do things and eventually you get recognized for them, and people are watching and people are grateful. So it was really good. I received an award, in front of the whole school, in front of everybody, and I was like, look at me. But yeah, so that's what happened. That was that. So that was 2019. 2020, a lot has happened, by the way, this year, but I'll do something about 2020 itself at the end of the year later. I've got a bunch of assistant cinematographers here that are really just wow. Anyway, yeah, so 2020, it will have its own video at the end of the year, a bit more organized in terms of the things, because so much has actually happened this year despite this Rona and all the other things. So it's been a good year still. But yeah, those are some of the milestones and the big things that have happened in my life. There's so many other things that I've missed out simply because I couldn't find photos or I couldn't remember the stories completely. And also because this episode's going to end up becoming too long, and I don't want it to be too long because you got to stay interested and stay watching and stay everything. So yeah, there's a thing called keys. Keep it short and sweet. So that's what I'm here to do today. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been another episode of Randomly Marlie. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Let me know how you found it, and keep sharing what kind of content you'd like to see me do, because this is your channel as well. I'm doing this for you guys, the people that watch this content, the people that consume it. So tell me the kind of things that you'd want to see more of, the things that you're enjoying, suggestions if you have something that I haven't done before and you think you'd like to see me do it or hear me talk about something. Whatever, your suggestions are also welcome. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Have a great weekend or day or month, or I don't know when you're watching this, but stay blessed.